this is the part 2 of our cave chronicles of what did Laura say her message was? Shit found in caves.
No.
Um, so cool
The
shit found in
how
caves.
yeah, what it's, nature and humanity's deep greatest secrets
You
can be found.
just stuff in caves, just
Stuff in
weird,
caves.
cool stuff in caves.
Last week
So,
was natural. I think you got natural this week too?
yeah, I
Something
have an
something from
animal.
nature?
That was
Okay.
an animal one.
Alright, let's do it.
So, mine is and listen, again, so many of these that I have, the ones that I picked, there are no other names for these things other than scientific names. So we're jumping back
Yes.
into things that Katie can't pronounce. So just bringing that back. Woohoo! So forewarning, I cannot. I practiced the pronunciation of these things before, and it's useless. So I've given up a long time ago. All right, so here we go. In 2016, a team of paleontologists led by Andriy Skabanski from Tomsk State University made a groundbreaking discovery in a remote cave in the Pavlodar region of Kazakhstan. As they were exploring the cave, they stumbled upon an astonishing find that is going to challenge the existing timelines and theories about prehistoric life.
Yes.
They found the skull of a, here we go, Eli Elasmotherium sibricorum, also known as a Siberian unicorn.
Wha
So
Just drop that one.
yeah, right? So it's just Siberian
Wait, what?
unicorn. Yes. So initially, the team did not immediately recognize the significance of their find.
That they had found a
However,
unicorn.
yeah, a unicorn, right? However, upon closer examination, they realized that they had uncovered the remains of a creature that many believed had gone extinct like way, 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 way earlier.
I gotta look this up. Keep going.
Yeah.
I just wanna look
So
up what a Siberian unicorn looks like.
yeah, I'll give a description here in a second too for the listeners. So the discovery, I mean, obviously, if everybody thought that this was like millions of years prior to when they were existing, it sent shockwaves throughout the scientific community, sparking excitement and curiosity as research began to reevaluate what they knew about any of these ancient creatures. So let's just talk about real
I
quick
feel
what.
like isn't that like I feel like Kazakhstan is over in Russia or like in the Russian area. I feel like that's I remember woolly mammoths were last found in like
Mm-hmm.
the northern parts of Russia. I feel
Right?
like Russia was just like the land that time forgot for a hot second.
For a while. Yeah, definitely seems that way, or like the last of
The
whatever
ice age
happened.
stuff.
Yeah, the last
Yeah.
of the ice age stuff. The last of it was in Russia. So the Siberian unicorn is definitely far removed from the mythical horse-like figure that most
Yeah,
people
don't think
imagine.
horse guys.
Yeah. Picture a massive, robust animal resembling a rhino, but
Yeah.
way, way, way larger. It stood approximately 8 feet tall at the shoulder and stretched up to 15 feet in length.
That
And
freaking
they
tank.
Right? No, it is. Yeah, just imagine rhinos themselves nowadays are literal tanks. I mean, they're just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, they're just
It
imagine.
says
Okay,
it says
so
that this
much
whole
bigger.
group was it's a group of rhinoceri, but not a group that contains living
Correct,
rhinoceros.
correct. I'll get into that in a second. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not actually related to the ones that are now, but just picture that in your mind. That's
Distant
the only thing.
relatives. Yeah,
Yeah,
distant,
that in
distant.
our mind nowadays of what we would know, that's really the only thing we can compare them to. So they had a thick coat of shaggy fur. The Siberian unicorn was definitely well adapted to the harsh, cold climates that it roamed, making it formidable presence in its environment. Same thing, woolly mammoths, saber-toothed cats, and everything. All same thing. They live for the ice and the snow and how harsh that environment can be.
Yeah.
So the most striking feature, of course, where it gets its name, the Siberian unicorn, was its enormous single horn, which can grow up to 6 or 10 feet. I've
So excessive.
Yeah, right? But, like, I've gotten some mixed some people were like, "Oh, yeah, no, it's up to 6 feet." Others were like, "Nope, up to 10 feet." So I'm sure 6 to 10
Like,
feet
I mean,
here.
and if you guys look up a picture of this, the horn, it's they're only 8 feet tall.
You right? Yeah, so it could potentially be taller than
Do
them.
you know you can see from the skeleton of this thing, the back, so the vertebrae on this thing,
Yeah,
they're huge tall because the muscles that would have had to
right?
attach to even keep it from going like just
I
face
feel
planting into
like
the ground at every second.
so the horn is made of keratin just like a rhino horn is today.
And we've
And
held a rhino. That thing
and
was
they're
so freaking
heavy.
heavy and it was only 2 feet tall. The one
No,
that
not
we held.
even. Yeah, yeah, it was they're like small and they're really freaking heavy. And so that's what I was gonna say. So many times whenever, scientists look at what we found with velociraptors and ankylosaurus and everything like that. I mean, especially let's take velociraptors for instance, all right? Everybody knows what a velociraptor is. We used to think scaly, think first Jurassic Park where it's thumping its toe in the kitchen and everything. But now they're like, no, it's feathered, it's this, it's colorful, it's this. I think from what like the drawings are of the Siberian unicorn, I don't think they add enough muscle to it because, like you said, Laura, like the way if you look at the vertebra, like how I just don't think it's like beefy enough. Like I think it's beefier than what they
The
show.
muscles that would have been on this animal
For
is
because
just crazy.
I read somewhere too, it was like 6 to 10 feet tall, but then it was like well over some of them like in circumference was like almost 3 feet, like the bottom of the horn, or
Yeah, I
two
can see
feet,
that. If you look at
two,
a
three
picture,
feet. Yeah.
if this I mean, my gosh.
Yeah. It's ginormous. So I, again, artist rendition of what their guesstimations are, what these look like. I don't quite think this is right. I
But,
think this
like,
is,
definitely kind of unicorn like, you could see where
yeah.
maybe
Oh,
people could
yeah, for
get the
sure.
unicorn
For
thing from.
sure. Yeah, for sure. But again, I mean, this one, they only found the skull from what I was finding. This discovery in this particular
Okay.
cave, they only found the skull. So let's see here. So that horn, though, like I said, that was made of keratin, just like modern rhino horns, was not just for show. It was probably used for a variety of purposes, such as defense against predators, attracting mates, foraging for food, digging. I mean, all kinds of things. So the discovery of the Siberian unicorn skull was definitely a game changer for paleontology and our understanding of prehistoric ecosystems. So previously, it was believed that the Siberian unicorn had gone extinct at least 200,000 years ago. Like they thought maybe the last one trickled in and it was 200,000 years ago.
But
All right,
before
now,
humans.
yes, yes. However, radiocarbon dating, as debatable as that can be, the skull revealed that it was regardless of what radiocarbon dating and debating and how air
Give or
filled
take
that
a
can
couple
be.
decades, yeah.
Yes, this one was found to only be 39,000 years old, which means that they definitely roamed the earth with humans, with
I
what we
mean, did
know
they
today
find
of
it
humans.
too bad we didn't find it with that it was hacked off. You could see
Right?
evidence of tools that had been, like,
Right?
and
Because
then
we
we
have that with mammoths and things
yeah.
where you can see, like, the shearing of, like, a spear and stuff like that on mammoth and other animals in this, like, region, you see the evidence of humans on it, but, yeah, not on these ones, and maybe it was just because it was like a tank, they're just like, "You know what? We just
Although,
can't
tell
take this
you
thing
what,
down."
I have unlocked another could you ride that? That's on my
Right?
list now. I want to ride
Yeah,
that thing.
Siberian unicorn, hell yeah.
Like,
That would be
can you
amazing.
even imagine? It'd be like
E
riding in an elephant with a unicorn horn.
but, like,
Cooler than a woolly
beefier.
mammoth, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I think so, and that's what I was gonna say. I definitely think I always thought mammoths were pretty cool, but then I
Yeah.
found this one, I'm like, "Whoa, this is
If
way
you rode
cooler."
in on something with a horn that size, you're either compensating or you actually are that much of a badass.
Yeah, right.
Like, either way, you'd be freaking people out.
Know, right? Well, so the implications for this, the finding of this, it definitely challenged our understanding of megafauna extinction events, particularly around those around in the late era, around with woolly mammoths and everything. The presence of Siberian unicorn in more recent times raises questions about the factors that led to the eventual extinction. Was it, in fact, climate change, human hunting, combination of both, or what actually happened? So, additionally, that skull ended up providing valuable insights into the evolutionary history of rhinoceroses. Rhinoceroses?
I don't know.
Rhinoceri? Either
Probably
way.
depends. It's whether it's a Latin or Greek root.
Yeah.
I don't know.
By studying the morphology of the Siberian unicorn, scientists can better understand the adaptations that allowed these creatures to thrive in harsh environments and how they relate to modern species. Just like we've said before, and we've gone over this, I think every time we bring up dinosaurs, is we very, 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 very rarely do paleontologists actually find an entire skeleton.
Yeah.
It's always bits and pieces. And then the rest of it is just a crapshoot of like, well, I think this is what the rest of it's going to look like.
It's so interesting, yeah, that they found this, yeah, just the skull.
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, depending on, okay, how did it, because how a
How did it
fossil
get
was
there?
made, yeah, how did
Too.
it get down there? Like, where is its body? Like,
Yeah.
did
I
humans
guess
chop
it's
off its head and
right?
take the body for
Or
meat?
was it
Like,
just too heavy for an animal to drag away?
yeah, like, yeah, it ate apart all of its, like,
Smaller
a leg,
bits?
took a leg, yeah,
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 yeah.
who knows? So while the Siberian unicorn is sort of related to modern rhinoceroses, it did not evolve directly into the rhinos we see today.
Right, it's off branch.
It's off of it, yeah. So instead of, it represents a very distinct branch of the rhinoceros family tree. So it's its own thing. It's, they might have had the common ancestors, and then this was the last on one of the branches, and then another separate branch was
Yeah. I feel
rhinoceros.
like this is where everybody gets confused about evolution.
Yeah,
Common descent doesn't mean that everything came
led to
from
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We're all
It,
branches of
yes, it
many.
can,
Yeah.
yeah, we can all have the same starting point, and then it can end at a variety of different places, and
Right.
for this one, this is,
Rhinoceroses are not on the same branch of the tree as this one.
yeah, but
Just
they
a
do
common
share a
ancestor.
common ancestor of this one. So, in essence, finding this Siberian unicorn in Kazakhstan was not only did it redefine the timelines of the existence, but also just kind of enriched the broader understanding of the dynamics and interactions between prehistoric humans and the megafauna that shared our world.
See, this one, if you listen to our first one on Mobile Cave, I totally agree. If that I accidentally found a sulfur methane smelling portal to hell, I wouldn't go in. But if I thought I found a unicorn skull,
Heck yeah.
I would be like, jackpot.
Right? Heck yes. So, let me show you, Laura. Let me show you. Let
What
me see
chatbot says
here.
it is.
Yeah.
Is it actually accurate?
I mean, maybe. Because again, who knows? You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah, but I just looked up artist renderings. I mean, does
Oh,
chatbot
yeah, no, it's not
match?
this one.
Oh,
No.
okay. Oh.
Isn't that epic though?
It's absurd. What kind of
Right?
war is going on here?
No, I
This
don't
is the
know, like,
craziest thing I've ever seen. There's a
so if you
ship
guys
in the
have never,
background.
right? Right. If you guys have never used ChatGPT to do drawings, again, it's only as good as the information you put into it to prompt it to what to do, and I
There's
gave a pretty good
literally
description, but
yeah,
still,
but
this was amazing.
this is literally cavemen
Look
going
at,
to war, but also Sasquatches and actual unicorns.
right?
Not
Look in the
I
far, far back right corner,
yeah,
there's,
what
like, the
is that?
headless horseman back there.
Far right corner.
Like,
Yeah,
in
I can't
between,
tell what's
you see the
happening.
guy you see the guy with the horse jumping off the cliffside with a
Yeah,
huge spear, and then, like, look
yeah.
like 2 mountains behind it. There's, like, this huge
Yeah.
mess of things of
Well,
something.
and then, like, in the background of the ship, you're like, "What is that? Is that, like, post-apocalyptic buildings back there?"
It looks like post-apocalyptic, like, more ships that, like,
I don't
crashed
even
and,
know, man. This is an
yeah,
insane picture. I never want
right?
this to exist.
But look at, like, the elk. The elk has, like, zombie eyes or whatever
Yes.
that's supposed to be.
It's
Like,
just
it's all,
absurd.
so that's always good. So we'll put the images up on Patreon just so you guys
Don't
can have a,
believe this one.
yeah, done. But I will say, compared to what the other ones look like, look how, okay, I think that this one might stand a chance at being able to hold up the horn though.
Yeah,
Because look at
that's
how
true.
much, you know
Well,
what
the
I mean?
horn
Like,
is way more slender.
yeah, it's slender, but it's also like, I don't know, like up around the neck and everything is a whole lot beefier,
Yeah.
you know? All right, guys. So that's the second week of Cave Chronicles and the Siberian Unicorn. Next week, we're going to go ahead and have another long episode, and then we'll be back with another Cave Chronicles with Laura the week after
Mhm.
that. So make sure, like I said, you guys check us out on Patreon. And until then, we'll talk to you next week.
See ya.